It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Good morning, model citizens. My name's Heath. This is Humanity Junction. Welcome to Hangout with Humanity. As you can see behind me, I've got T-Trak modules, and we will be getting to that, which it's very exciting. I haven't they've basically been in the closet for probably over 6 months now, so it's been a while. But let's see who's here. And we'll start there. We've got Eric from Dad's Cooks is in the house. I apologize if you guys, I don't know if you could hear that noise. There's some grinding going on, like literally right outside the window. So unfortunately, I didn't think of that. But Norman says, I thought you were supposed to be working. We'll talk about that in a second, but I'm working starting on the 16th, 16th to the 22nd. So let's see, we've got Eric from Dad's Cooks, we've got Daniel Banks here, we've got Digger Evans Model Railway, we've got Hi from H&H Express Model N-Scale Trains, Got Lynn McCurdy in the house. Mike Pringle's joining us. Mark from My Life's Tracks. Norman Rowe is here. Got Martin Searsma just dropping in. North County Trains, I believe, is Harrison. How you doing? Dragon Lover 68 is here. We got Ron VR, Ron Moen joining us. Ron actually sent me a picture of his hard hat. We've got Roy Elpham is here, John from Schuylkill River Valley, and Jason the Train Freak, two of our Sidetrack Sunday members, as well as John from Wimbletrain. And let's see, I think, Jerry Sattarelli is joining us, and I see some other people coming in. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here. The hard hat's over here. I do have the hard hat, so we're getting ready for work. So the current plan, I've got a week of work here in the city from the 16th to the 22nd, Monday through Sunday. Then there's not work, and then there's work again in September. Although, I was just talking to a friend of mine who's got a theater job out in Chicago. So there's a chance I might go to Chicago for 3 weeks. So the good news is work is picking up. The bad news is that work is in Chicago, not here, but it's for a show that's going to come here to New York. So it's kind of this whole it's this whole thing. But yeah, hard hats get hot too, so that's why I tend not to wear the hard hat. But I'm sure if we had a safety officer around, they would say that hard hats are very important. Do you think Steve knows he's on screen right now, or do you think he's just hammering away?
Yeah, but at least I was muted.
That is true. You were muted.
No,
I figured calling you a safety officer, though, that you would. I
didn't know I was on. I had my back to the screen, so.
Yeah, but I called you a safety officer. Don't you, like, when people say safety? Don't your ears perk up over?
I did.
After all the years of.
Trust me, they did perk up. I'm saying to myself, well, that's me, but I had a hammer in my hand, so I didn't want to go throwing it around.
Oh,
so.
okay. Throwing hammers is better than throwing locomotives or anything like that. So. Jason the Train Freak's asking if I'm going to take Amtrak. No. All expenses. Well, not all expenses, but travel and stuff would be covered. So I'd be. They would fly me out there.
Hey, you'll be in my old stomping grounds.
Yes, I will. Maybe if I'm lucky and I get out there, maybe I'll have like an hour off and I can go find some train tracks.
They're not hard to find in Chicago. If you're downtown, go to Union Station.
It's kind of like trying to find train tracks in New York City. It's like they're just kind of everywhere. Exactly. TFJ's hat has a headlight on it, but is it a hard hat? So what's actually funny is that hat's from Fisher Price. It's not, but it looks like it. Ironically, I put a carpet down because I don't know. It just feels better to walk on a carpet, and I hate wearing my my shoes. So I've got my boots off, but I've got my hard hat. So I can drop stuff on my head, but not on my feet. But let's kind of let's take a second and look at what's going on here. I brought all the modules down, but they're literally just sitting here. There's a couple things sitting on the Z scale, so I don't have that running. I took apart, you can kind of make out there's a cork color on top of this shelf now. So I took apart the trolley track and everything, and I put down some cork. I found 8-inch by 17-inch like stick-on cork on Amazon. So I got that. Yeah, so that's 100% the intention of the carpet was originally for the Echo, but then I also just like walking around bare feet when I can. Steel-toed shoes, hard hat, eyes and ears. Yeah, I've got another pair of safety glasses coming. I find safety glasses just get scratched so early, so any chance to buy a new pair of safety glasses, I just buy. Oh, can I help you? No. Apparently people are coming to visit. So just yeah, the eyes are coming. That's a good point about the ears, though. Maybe I should add that to my list. I have earplugs everywhere. The job that I'm doing, there's not really any sort of heavy machinery type of stuff. It's, it's like theater and television studio work. So generally earplugs are not needed. But Jason, got to run meeting intent meeting. Are you actually doing work? But yeah, better safety glasses getting scratched than your eyes. That's absolutely true. Martin taking one out of Jason's playbook and smoking one of his decoders. Just so you have my cup. Generally, that's not an issue. I find getting your heels run over by somebody pushing a box into the back of your feet is probably the most common injury that happens on the job site, at least on the first day of load-in. But yeah, so I wanted to show you guys something because it bothers me. I won't make this a whole rant, but it'll all make sense. So I'm just trying to get the good part up without giving away too much. So there's this company out there that is supposed to deliver packages. This company doesn't always deliver them. Sometimes they just drive them in circles. So I had a package shipped from Indiana. And what that package from Indiana is it's the O scale track for up above. So can I drag this here? No, won't let me. It's this, the O scale track to finish. So you can see there's a curve there, but I don't have any of the straight track. So I put in my little corner pieces, and you can maybe just make out there's actually a piece of plexiglass screwed to that corner, so that if a train does decide to string line, theoretically it won't fall off. There's no switches or anything, so I think, I don't expect just sort of a delivery or just a derailment along the way. But the plan is I would get the straight track last night. I was going to get it installed today, theoretically. And then tomorrow I would go to the Greenberg train show. And if I needed, a shorter piece or a longer piece or whatever, I could at the Greenberg train show just pick up, support the show, support the vendors of the show, buy some track locally, and then have this set up and running for Monday night. But if you notice, it started out in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Then it went to New York, 10027. Now, if you look up 10027, you'll see it's on 125th Street here in Manhattan. So it's 20 blocks away. It's like a mile away. And it was there on August 11th. Great. Which was, Wednesday at 9 a.m. So I was like, well, that's going to arrive, by Thursday because it's less than a mile away. Well, on August 12th, they're saying it arrived again at the same post office, which would have been yesterday at 9:14 a.m. And then by 10:30, they shipped it off to New Jersey. So it got about a mile away. And then they shipped it back out to New Jersey. So, it was supposed to be here Thursday. It was a great idea.
You you heard the story of when Scott shipped me those sound cards, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep.
Went
Same
to
kind of thing.
St. Petersburg, 20 miles away.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Then from St. Petersburg to Denver.
Yeah. I mean, here, this one. Here's another one. Just of another package we're waiting for. So I'm also waiting for some track for the trolley, because I want to do N scale and HO scale for the trolley. So I placed an order on. Let me look at the date real quick.
NCT's got us both beat.
Reminds me of a guy who shipped some trains from Ohio to a guy in Ontario. What? That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like this guy. Right, it's a 3-hour drive. It took 2 weeks. So on August 6th, I placed an order. Now, the store was closed on August 6th for whatever reason, so it didn't get. The label didn't get created until the 11th. So I placed the order on a Friday, but the label wasn't created until the 11th. It didn't get to the post office until the 12th. And the post office that picked it up is in Brooklyn. So, it's maybe an hour and a half over that way. And it's basically just, I don't know where it's going. I have no idea where it's going. It's like it's just kind of like meandering around New York. And I guess what's confusing is why did the one package that was in New York uptown slightly go to New Jersey, and the package in Brooklyn go to the New York distribution center to both come to my post office? So I don't even know. I don't know what's going on, but
Ian.
yeah, I don't. Is there maybe there's a package shortage? I don't know. Like, are there a package shortage? I didn't quite mean that. What I meant was, with everything going on, is there like another like delivery slowdown or something going on?
There's a labor shortage in general. People are slow to go back to work.
That's happening. It's good in a sense for me because I want to work.
Right.
And my union has a lot of open jobs. So that's good on the one hand. But on the other hand, yeah, driver shortage. Yeah, it's harder to find drivers, right? You can get people to do the package stuff, but finding drivers is probably harder.
Yeah, but that doesn't affect sorting and local deliveries. That affects
the long haul stuff.
The long haul side.
Right. Yeah, and Ian's saying storms could affect logistics as well. James from Boulder Creek was asking why I'm not wearing the vest. It's because it is so hot here. We have been having a heat wave here. I'm saying it's hot here, right? Like Lynn McCurdy's going, you don't know what hot is. But it's hot here, not so much because of the temperature, but because the humidity has been very high. So you walk outside for a couple minutes and you're automatically sweating, not because of the heat, but because of the humidity. So
well, you can come down here and have best of both worlds: high humidity and high heat.
that's true. I could. That would be just that would be a lot of fun. So I'm looking back here behind me. Oh, and I just realized that. Let's see. Does this camera work today? It does work. Oh, and I just realized too. See, I am so distracted. It's like I don't have my face light on. I don't have any of my other lights on. I don't know, like, what is going on with me today. I'm just like, Echo, turn on back wall. Echo, turn on ceiling. Echo, turn on soft boxes. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
So
Maybe.
have you set Echo up into any groups so that you can do one command and boom, everything comes on?
Echo, turn off studio lights.
Does it do everything?
That basically does everything except for this one light that's not even pointed at me right now. Echo, turn on studio lights.
Because I've done, I haven't done any grouping. I just have all my smart devices wired into the same circuit.
Yeah, what I want to figure out is how to start doing sequences, because like for example, I've got an air filter down here, and when I start doing a show, I want the air filter to turn off, but I want the lights to turn on. So I can't have them on the same circuit because you can't, whatever. So I need to create a sequence, but I got to figure out how to do it. Yeah, I know people like the white lights. I don't like just the white lights though. This is gonna be an argument for a while, but no, there will be no singing. No singing from me. I could turn myself off and back on again. I actually did that last. I did that last week, but yeah. So side light, you can kind of make out that the trolley stuff's not together. I got stuff everywhere, but I'm getting another motorman, so I can control the two trolley tracks separately, and yeah. The reason I'm going to Chicago would be to do electrics for a show, so it's in my blood.
Is it downtown or out at the Rosemont Horizon?
I have not asked or found out yet. It's a show prep for a job. It's an out of town basically for a show that's coming to Broadway.
Yeah,
so they're
stocks.
Prepping it and all that things. So back here, let's see. I don't know which camera is better for this. This one's not bad. So I'm gonna move this softbox up here so that it's pointing down, so there's more light on this. But so this is usually the module that I have like in the front, because it's the one that's kind of finished. But the module I want to work on next is this one. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the Woodland Scenic module and this module on this front corner, because those are the next two I'm going to work on, and the rest of them I'll just kind of put wherever. But yeah, I went through and I labeled all the drawers. I need to still move the drawers around so that they make sense, but drawers are labeled, stuff's on shelves. There's still too much stuff, but that seems to be just the way it is. The other thing I'm going to probably need to do today that's not going to be a lot of fun is level everything. Your mic is breaking up a little. Yeah, I know. Let's I need to get the lavaliers, and I don't have them. So let's turn. So you're probably hearing a little bit of extra background noise now, but theoretically, when I go back here now, it shouldn't cut out. Hopefully, maybe. Who knows? Oh, I don't need these anymore. Does anybody want these? These were the feet to hold the tables up, to line them up. Garbage. Okay, so this guy goes here. Yeah, this is going to be fun lining this up again. The good news is I shouldn't have any electric. Um, I shouldn't have any electrical problems, but what I'll likely have is dirty track problems. So we'll see. Hi, have a good time with Cody. When does my hobby shop open? It never closed. Oh, when does my hobby shop? I thought you meant the local hobby shop. My hobby shop. If people come to New York, hit me up. Yeah, this is going to be re-leveling. This is going to be interesting. Steve, don't make me mute you over there. That was too funny. The floor space is diminishing. Yeah.
That wasn't hardly any noise at all.
All we heard was scratch, 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 like a little cat trying to knock to get in.
I was running this over the top of the track to take the weathering I had done off.
Yeah, see, I won't need a laser because it's only, this big, but yeah, it's going to be, yeah. Ian, yes, everything on those shelves do have a price. Feel free to throw out a number. It should probably start with 4 digits and go up from there. Four digits per item. And then we'll...
to the left of the decimal point.
Correct. Yes. Absolutely. We don't even deal with cents around here. Everything's, so valuable. Yes, the shelves got filled up very quickly. What I want to do is over this upper track, I want to put 2 more shelves in on that wall, and that wall, so that I can move some of the sort of more the stuff I'm not going to use very often to move it up higher out of the way, but that's just money. Yes, I do not have any cents. Frank, we always miss you. Absolutely, Frank. 4 digits. So Lynn's saying 4 digits is the $sign, a 5, a period, and then a 00. Yeah, everyone's laying into my cents comment now. So, okay, so let me keep putting this together. We'll see how bad everything is, and then I'll need to get it wired up. I'm hoping it all actually fits on the tables because I secured the 2 tables together. I secured the 2 tables together down there and set this spacing based off of drawings. So, theoretically, this is going to fit, but I don't know. And I also have so much stuff underneath the layout right now that I'm not sure. I should be able to slide. I don't know. We'll see. Give me a. I'll be back.
He'll be back.
There was a pretty funny video from him the other day, but
Arnold?
Yeah. Lynn says, "Don't pay attention to us. Just keep moving forward." If I keep forward, out the door, and just keep walking. Is that what you're saying? John, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Yeah, let's slide this back here. Let's slide this in. You're doing it again, Steve. We can't take that guy anywhere.
I knew it as soon as I turned it on.
So the one good thing about the Kato Unitrack is that the way the connectors kind of work and go together, as long as they're kind of close, I can just sort of shove them together, even if the feet aren't touching the ground. And as long as I'm not running too heavy of a train, you know, it'll be fine. The problem is once I start getting a a longer train going, then the weight sort of becomes an issue. Um, so yes, I can work and talk at the same time. The problem is I don't have a lavalier mic. I only have this mic up here, and when I'm turning the other way, a lot of times this mic won't pick me up because it's designed to not pick me up unless I'm talking. I don't know what the 20 is, but I'm assuming the no is about working and talking. 20. Oh, he says 20 on no. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Um, let's move this. Now, theoretically, I can slide this back and forth to work on it. Although all this stuff underneath here, it's hard to makes it still hard to get to it. Okay. Get this out of the way. Yeah. Yeah, I really want to get back to this. Is kind of going to be a circus module, and this is going to kind of be. I think I'm going to have like a little hut here with a little like a little boat or something down in here. I'll paint the bottom blue and make it more of a water. No lava lamp needed. Can he think and chew gum at the same time? I can't think. Period. Probably. So that's generally a problem. Put the modules on a big lazy Susan. So technically, if the stuff on the floor wasn't in the way, I could spin this around. But there's just so much stuff on the floor right now that it is what it is. Okay, so now I need to get back over here. What I'm really waiting for is me to like push on it at some point and have it all just kind of collapse. So what I probably should have done was like, I don't know if you can see this. If I move out of the way a little bit, maybe you can see that this one's rocking. I should have probably lowered a bunch of these first before I put this all together. Lowered the screws so that I had a thing. It's Friday in YouTube Land. Who's giving you notifications? Bets on that one. There will always be too much stuff on the floor. Yes, there will. And the plan isn't a liquidation sale. The plan is more that some of the stuff on the floor will go. Yeah, some of the stuff on the floor will go up out of the way. Actually, one of those boxes can probably go back into the storage. One of the boxes is more stuff for the other Woodland Scenics module. So I gotta figure that out. What I think I'm just gonna do today is, for today, I think I'm just gonna get it wired up and just see what happens. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Did you clean the track?
No. I've got my my Kimmy wipes and my my cleaners and stuff over there. So maybe if I think of it before I actually put a locomotive on it, maybe I'll clean them. So what I think I'm gonna end up doing is like mounting this somewhere up here so that it's not on the floor, and then coiling all the cable up like on top of the table a little bit, instead of just continually crawling on the floor to do all this. But I don't know. We'll see. Crawling on the floor is kind of fun, right?
Not at my age.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. The local one IATSE work that I'm gonna do, I haven't really done it for. Um, Ooh, that sounds like a good video. She's been doing some neat videos lately, Kathy. Um, uh, I'm a little nervous about a week of the local one work because a lot of it is going to be like pushing and humping and lifting stuff. And I've been a project manager for like 14 years now, and I'm a little bit older now than I was back when I used to do a lot of the humping stuff for a living. So I'm definitely. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
You're gonna be wake up and I'm gonna say, "Welcome to my world."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, that's partly the fun part of it, though, right?
Dad's gonna laugh.
Who's gonna laugh?
Your dad.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, we seem to all get older. I didn't realize how many. I've got all these. I use these Velcro strips to hold everything together, and it's. What's the oldest profession, Tim? Isn't it prostitution?
That's what they say.
Yeah. Energy drink time. Yeah, I've got my my water with flavoring over here.
Well, that reminds me.
I didn't realize how loud people were going to be down on the street. I don't know if you guys can hear them or not, but hopefully it's.
They're no louder than my scratching.
Yeah. That is for sure. Okay, so this cable will go to the control system. I don't know where I'm putting the control system yet. That is one thing I have not figured out. Theoretically, this opening here and that opening there should be the same size, but for some reason this one seems bigger than this one. I know it's not, but I see painkillers in your future. That's funny. I should add the Tylenol to my work bag. So what's with these heavy duty cables is when I originally built this T-Trak layout, my assumption was that I'd be taking it apart, putting it together, taking it apart, putting it together, which is what I did at the very beginning of when I had this layout. Now, my situation's changed. So now I don't need all of that.
You've got those Wagyu connectors, right?
Yeah. Well, no. These are actually the Anderson power pole connectors on here.
Are they made for cars? Water type for cars? Vehicles?
Anderson. I don't know what Anderson power pole connectors are made for. I believe they're made for like machinery.
Because I bought some. I bought a pair of the 16 pin Wagyu. I call it Wagyu because that's kind of the way they're spelled.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And like typical Chinese goods, there's no instructions on how to assemble these things.
What kind of connectors are they?
They're 16 pin.
Make yourself bigger. Just kidding.
Right, they're 16 pin connectors. There's all different kinds of parts to them.
Whatever you got looks very complicated.
It is, and there's no freaking instructions. I ran a thing on YouTube And so I got a pack of males and a pack of females of the metal pieces. Okay. Then you get these
And the metal
yellow.
pieces are solder, or the metal pieces are crimp on?
It looks like they're crimp on, but I'd solder them. Then you get a male and female yellow.
Now,
piece.
you know that a crimp connection is actually stronger than a soldered connection.
Well, crimp it and then solder it, and you got the best of both worlds. No?
My understanding is that the soldering actually weakens the connection, because you're creating a hard connection that then isn't flexible. And that's when things break, is when things aren't flexible.
Okay. Anyway, you got these blue things that seal up the connection. Right? They go on the wire, then the wire goes on either a male or female. Then you got these two yellow things. And then you got male and female of these things.
These are from Lego? Oh, those literally are the car connectors for car wiring harnesses.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
WBCD,
that's just too complicated.
All right. Well, the thing is, that lift out section back there, all right, has 10 wires that have to come across. There's 4 power buses and auxiliary bus. Okay, and I wanted it where it was one connection, pull apart, back together.
So Anderson power pole connectors. You have a little crimp-on piece. A little crimp piece. And then you have a little plastic piece. And the plastic piece comes in multiple different colors. And the little crimp piece comes in, I think it's like 15, 30, and 45 or something amps. And what you do is you crimp your wires onto this, and then the wires slide into your little color-coded plastic things. And then your little plastic things have little slippy slideys together so that they can connect to make yourself an entire plug.
Well, I understand everything except these yellow things. Okay?
It's yellow things. What are those? Spacers? They look insulators?
One's male, one's female. And my guess is they would go inside the male and female of these.
Lynn says, with 4 members of my club working for NASA, guess what we use for connectors? It says space shuttle parts. Oh, interesting. So James from Boulder Creek Yard says, solder crushes over time. It's why so many of those cheap 3D printers you buy can be so dangerous. I'm guessing dangerous as in like starting fires or something. But, yeah, so they are a pain to get the metal piece into the plastic piece, but I don't have it handy. There's a tool. There's a tool you can get. So Dave says that yellow thing is to make it waterproof.
I really don't give a crap if it's waterproof or not.
Yeah.
But this thing in there, this thing goes this way.
All right, I'm never going to get this done at the rate I'm going. It's going to be another 3-hour stream at this rate. So the goal is to do this in order. And the reason I want to do it in order is because when I hook it up to JMRI, I want it to trigger each of the sections. Wait, there's a tool. My past life has no purpose. Yes. Here, I'll pull it. I'll get the tool out. Let's see. Special special pliers for the Anderson power pull connectors. And then there's this is the insertion and extraction tool. And it's basically just sort of the way the little thing is shaped. It helps when you stick it into the plastic piece, it pulls the it pulls the little hooky part away so that you can get it in and out easier. So yes, there's a tool for everything. And if there's not a tool for everything,
hey, I'd just like some instruction. Everybody complains about Walthers and their crappy instructions. They're better than not having any instructions.
I would argue that's true. I would definitely argue that's true.
Anyway, that's my rant.
All right, that's your rant. I'm gonna try and get a couple of these done.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Of the alcoholic variety.
There might be some spirits involved.
May the spirits be with you.
Yeah.
So there's one. Let's pull this one out. And let's roll that up. Yeah, the whole, back when the plan was this was all going to be, portable, this made a lot more sense. Now this doesn't make as much sense. The question becomes, though, do I want to take it apart and rewire it, or do I just leave it and go on with my life as if, my thought saying just keep going. So I'm gonna get these top four plugged in, which it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after I get those 4 plugged in, I'll move and we'll kind of do the other side, the other 4 on the other side. Hopefully it'll all make sense in the end. And when I say make sense, what I really mean is that it will work. At the end of the day, the goal is I couldn't decide. I thought I knew what the goal of the day was, but then it seemed to leave me. All right, so I'm gonna Velcro this to keep these cables neat because I am a neat freak with cables, because if you keep your cables neat, it makes all of your troubleshooting so much easier. There's nothing harder than troubleshooting cables when you've got a rat's nest. Go. Let's get this together. Wrapping this up. And now I've got to find the cable on this guy. It's not sticking out the back. I think some of the cables on some of these corner ones, I think, are kind of too short for what I really want. Hang on. What is going on? Can't tell if maybe I crushed one of these cables or what, but it's not snapping in. Not snapping together. Ah, there we go. Don't you label your cables? Yes, generally I label my cables. These cables I didn't label because they're labeled by color. So what I basically did was red, blue, black, and then ones that are kind of doubled up have different colors on them. I didn't want to specifically label them because the theory is it would be taken apart and put back together again, and I didn't want to label them specifically because I wanted them to be able to kind of move around a little bit. Yeah. Heath does this during the day because at night it would dim the lights in New York City. Yeah, I'm actually curious about the power. The power for this office is actually connected to the office on the other side, and I'm curious once they get a tenant over there whether there's going to be a problem or not. But yeah, I do. For this, there's only 8 cables. The ends are all color coded. It's technically all universal, so I could plug anything into anything. The only reason why the order really matters is so when I plug it into JMRI, it actually goes, in order around the modules. But yeah, it's just, I say that as if people actually know what I'm talking about. Generally, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so the last 4. The first one, the only cable that really matters is the 6-wire cable for this guy, because technically there is a spur on that one, and it's set up as the programming track. So there are actually 6 wires going to this one, where there's 4 wires going to every other one. And you know what I just realized? That I think this guy would actually be better being connected on this side. So now that I got it all connected up, I'm going to move this guy over to this side, because there's nothing like doing stuff twice. Not really doing anything twice, I'll just add this into the bundle. That's all I need. This. So is anybody else going to the Edison train show this weekend, the Greenberg Edison show, or are there any other train shows happening in your local areas that people are going to head out to this weekend? I believe not Timonium. I think Timonium, Maryland is next week. But I think there is another show somewhere this week. I'm just blanking on what or where it is. Going under. That was fun. It is getting harder to get up and down. Going to set up for the Tehachapi train show this afternoon. I don't know when Batavia is yet. Haven't heard. Neat and tidy. Yes. I can't believe you're doing this on Friday the 13th. Oaks, PA is next weekend, which is another Greenberg show. Yeah, I can't believe I'm doing it either. Yeah, so it's part of why there's so many wires is not only just that it was going to be portable, but also that I've got it set up for block detection. Part of what this layout is my chainsaw layout. I'm, building it to learn. So there's a lot of overkill. I just realized something. I'm gonna solve a problem. I got this extra piece of plexi. I'm gonna put it here to bridge the center. So that has something to sit on. Okay. Getting caught in my headphone wire. I like overkill. Yeah, I mean, it made sense at one point. The idea was that, the cables would be universal. The cables can be extended. I could double the extension out. John, the reality is it's not a lot of trains. It just looks like it because you can see all the cases. A lot of people that have layouts have all their cars on their layouts. I don't have a layout. But from about here over to here is all just Ringling Brothers Circus stuff. So there's a lot of this stuff all up here is all circus stuff as well. There's a bunch of stuff over on that side as well. The top 3 shelves over there are all circus stuff. So a lot of it is a very specific collection of things. Digger! See you next time. Seriously, proper runs make for better fun. Currently rewiring 2 aircraft wires. Yeah. It does get hard when you have to rewire things because it wasn't kind of set up right the first time. Not that any of us know anything about having to do that, because we all do it perfectly the first time. Right, Steve?
Absolutely. I walked out of the room, lost connection with my headphones, couldn't get it back, had to reboot the computer.
I was wondering where you went. Okay, I got my fingers back.
So now that you're setting that up, you're going to leave it set up, right?
Correct, yes. Which is kind of why I waited until the end, is that I really wanted to be able to use this table space for, when I was pulling stuff out of storage, to organize it, I basically pulled it all out to then sort of sort it to put it up.
Yeah, it's funny how table space becomes a premium in a train room.
Yeah, we're joking. The Sidetrack Sunday crew was joking about table space, not having any. It does seem to be a thing. I mean, I was trying to keep my desk completely clear of stuff, and that's not working out at all. Okay, one more cable. I gotta find it underneath here somewhere. Let's just get it. There we go. Okay. So, Steve, you gonna make me clean the track before I run trains?
Nah, go ahead. You like being frustrated.
Oh, Steve. Do you talk to your wife like that?
Did you hear?
No. Is there a story?
No, she's in another room. Say yes.
Yes.
Did you hear her that time?
Yes.
She says that's why she goes to church.
Yeah, exactly.
She not I would say within the first few years of being married, all right, she did something and I said something back to her. She told me, "Would you quit treating me like one of your warehousemen?"
Oh no. Yeah.
And you'll never guess what my response was. Like I said, it was early on in our marriage.
Yeah. Well, you're still married, so I guess it wasn't, it wasn't too bad.
Well, I told her when she quit acting like him, I quit treating her like one.
Oh,
That did not go over well.
No.
I have a cat that's almost dead.
You have a cat?
Well, Norman says I need a dead cat cover for my mic.
Ah, gotcha.
And I've got a cat that's almost dead. Well, I don't have it. My wife has it.
Oh, jeez. Daniel Banks says, when you were dumber.
Yeah.
I mean, you said that while you're dumber. Chasing down cables on the ship was the worst. Every cable was either black or white. Color coding was not a thing. That's pretty awful.
It's one of those times where it just came out,
Yeah, sometimes the mouth moves faster than your brain.
Yeah. But we've been married, let's see, 36 years, so.
God bless her.
Like I say, she goes to church a lot.
Yeah. So, in honor of Steve, I guess I actually need to hook the control system up. I got all the wires wired, but I didn't actually plug the control system in yet. But I got out some stuff to do a little dusting on the track.
Then we're going to place bets to see if the train makes it all the way around the first time.
I know which side that I would take.
That looks smaller than it did before. I thought it was an oval. That almost looks like a circle. Oh, I see what you did. Instead of two straight sections on each end, you put one on each side. Okay.
This is how it fits on these tables.
Okay.
One of my thoughts for this space is to build a custom table and put it along the back so that I can take this section basically out and put it here. But that requires wood, which I don't know if you've looked at the price of wood these days. I figured I would wait a little bit on that.
Yeah, problems in the white wire. Yeah, when all the wires are white, that could be problematic.
Well, it is easier to find. It is easier to describe which wire is the problem when they're all the same color.
Not accurately describe.
No. But you just say it's the white wire.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you go to defuse a bomb, it's always either the white wire or the black wire. It's never the green or the yellow.
Your sponsor should give you a commission off of using your discount code.
Why? I should get a discount off my discount code?
No. You should get a commission when somebody else uses your discount code at their business.
Yes.
Because you would have made pretty good money this last week.
Oh, really?
Off Iron Planet, yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a DB10 booster. I bought another Alpha 1 unit.
Oh, nice.
And
he takes care of me pretty good.
So, yeah, he had 2 of the Alpha 1s left in stock, and I bought 1 of them. So
he was supposedly, or he wasn't supposedly. He was at RPM in St. Louis, and Ken Patterson supposedly interviewed him. So Ryan might be on What's Neat with Mr. Patterson.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Supposedly, I I didn't see any pictures, so I don't know for sure, but supposedly he had my mug that I sent him sitting on the table at the RPM meet.
So that would be on Ken Patterson's show too, possibly.
Possibly, and that's what I'm hoping for. Not that anybody will call it out and anybody will have any idea what it is or anything, but
hey, y'all were laughing at me for saying dumb things to my wife. Look what Bernard told his.
Man. Wow, Bernard. Wow.
That's far worse.
So are you married? Are you still married to that wife, Bernard, or are you married to the sister now? Oof. George, yes. In the new space. Steve, 36 years of marriage, Steve?
Yeah, 36.
There you go.
Or last March.
Yep. Aircraft wires are all white, so it's easy. Problems in the white wire. No problem. Norm, dead cats don't make noise. Let's see what else. Heath. Well, I have you and everyone else. In the last episode, I mentioned I was new to DCC and going to do Digitraks. And you said it was your pet peeve to get a DR5000 instead. Does that replace it? So, I'll go through this real quick. But Derek, if you want to send me an email or something, I can get a little more detail, separately. But there's multiple components, right? There's the throttle, there's the command station, and there's the booster. If you get like a Digitrax DCS52, or you get an NCE power cab, all of that basically is in one box. And then when you get that box, basically you have to kind of replace everything for that box, for that sort of starter system. And that's about $200 or so, something like that. If you want Wi-Fi, that's an extra box you need on top of that. If you want a network connection, that's an extra box on top of that. Some of the new systems, I think, have USB built into them. At least I know the Digitrax does. I don't know about the NCE, but that may or may not be another item as well. The DR5000 is LocoNet compatible, so it's compatible with all Digitrax LocoNet devices. Plus, it's DCC compatible with almost everything. But for that same $200, it already has Wi-Fi. It already has the USB connection. It's got a computer interface program, so you can run it off a computer. It's basically really good bang for your buck. Ryan at Iron Planet Hobbies, I found his YouTube channel, and I pestered him with a lot of questions. So the DR50, it's not the DCS, yeah. The DCS52, which is the Zephyr, does have the built-in USB connection. Ryan's used a lot of the stuff because he's not just... Like, he sells all the systems. Ryan sells Digitrax. Ryan sells NCE. But Ryan is the U.S. importer for Digikais. So, the DR5000 has Ethernet, which is fantastic because, my box, this box that I have, and it needs to be cleaned up. Because let's just take some stuff out of it. But I've got a Wi-Fi interface as well as USB connection, both to the DR5000, so I can access it wirelessly through my home network because I've got it connected up. But yeah, I like it. I think the idea of getting, like I said, if you're already into one system, then switching for the sake of switching I wouldn't do. But if you're looking for a new system, I would consider what is going to be future-proof. Or not future-proof, but, nothing's future-proof.
It's like I got mine right before T-Trak started making the all-in-one type units. So I've got a DCS command station, which is also a booster, and it's a 5 amp system. Then I had to get a separate USB interface, so that's a PR4. Then I had to get a separate Wi-Fi module.
Yeah,
I didn't have to. I could have gone through JMRI, but I went ahead and got the Digitrak's Wi-Fi module and used that to connect to. Then when I started working on the island back here, I needed a booster. Somebody told me that I don't need a booster for this size layout. Well, what they don't take into consideration is switch motors are Smales, which are Tauruses with the decoder in them, and they're a constant powered motor. They're not a solenoid. Okay, so they're drawing power, albeit a low amount, all the time. Well, when you've got 53 of them on the one command station, one bus line for that command station, they pull an amp. Okay, so now you're left with 4 amps of running power, and I already took my accessories off of that and have it separate power module, actually an old throttle pack, MRC throttle pack. So that leaves 4 amps, a little under 4 amps, which, most locos, especially older ones, are going to pull about a half an amp each.
Because you're an HL also, so they pull a little more, especially the sound ones.
Yeah. So it kind of limits the number of locomotives you can run. Well, by putting the DB210 for the island area, which is also where the switching and staging yards are, that's another 5. Actually, the DB210 will go up to 8 amp, but I got it set at 5. So that increases the number of locos. And when you look at, it's not the number of trains you look at, it's the number of locomotives. Because if you're consisting, all right, you need more power. So I'm playing Tim Taylor. Well, then I had to get another PM42 power management, which they can also do auto reversing. Yeah. And the center track here is a reverse track. All right. Instead of having a loop to reverse and come back over the same area, what it does is, the way that I've designed the layout, you don't even know it's looping back on itself.
Yeah, it definitely adds up. All those little things add up.
All the power.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so let's see. Let me answer. Sorry, there are 2 questions. Yes, I've got a Rolling Thunder. I haven't hooked it up yet. I didn't buy the subwoofer from Broadway Limited, so I'm not exactly sure what thing I'm gonna get. Oh, Roy, will you send me which sub you got? Because I've been looking to get a sub, but didn't buy it. I bought the Rolling Thunder. Yeah, this is what I did. I bought the Rolling Thunder unit refurbed when I saw it. Them offering it refurbed. So that was kind of the 7229 loco. Do I have the track power on?
Place your bets, folks. Will it make it all the way around?
Can I run it really fast?
If you got a dead spot, it's going to be a dead spot. Looks like it's going to do it.
I don't even want to look at it. Well, I guess I got to get out of the way, though.
It made it.
I should have bet. I should have bet somebody.
Try the inner track. that the outer track or the inner track?
You just really want something not to work, don't you?
Hey, you know. Can't kill the myth.
But so what do I get if I get this all the way around the middle track?
Respect for the rest of the...
Respect? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know I'm not getting any respect around here.
accolades. For,
All right, so let's see.
For following my suggestion.
What happened?
Accolades for following my suggestion of cleaning
Oh,
the track
yeah.
on the train.
Can we see it?
Yeah, is that on the other track?
Yeah, it's on. So the red and white ones on the outside track, and the brown ones on the inside track.
Cool. And you run them nice and slow, so if you had a problem, it would show up too.
I slowed down the one on the outer track once I knew it made it around once.
I'm afraid, and with Rolling Thunder, in this size room, is it going to defeat the purpose? I would think on yours too, because isn't it supposed to act like as the train gets closer to you, it gets louder, and then as it goes off, goes
Well,
away
I mean,
from
I wanted to shake the room,
you?
so I don't really mind that it's.
Because I do have one loco that's BLI Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, let's room shaking's the way to do it.
I gotta put a keep alive in it though.
All right, so hey, there we go.
There you go.
Lynn, thank you so much.
So it doesn't get louder, Roy, and softer as it comes closer to the receiver?
I don't know about louder or softer. My understanding, though, is it can jump. I know it can jump receivers. I don't know if it's actually louder or softer though. But I'm not sure.
So you could, on a large layout, you could put receivers periodically, and it'll jump from one to the other.
Yeah. So I think it's just basically whatever the volume is.
I thought somewhere, and I was left with that impression, but oh well, I could be wrong.
You might be right. I mean, what do I know? I just work here. I just work in my train shop. Cover. Why is Bernard saying cover?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It's line out, so you need a powered sub. Yes. Yes. While I'm thinking of it, I want to thank all my channel members. Thank everyone that's donated to the channel, Patreon, YouTube, sponsors. Definitely check out my sponsors. It definitely helps when people buy stuff from them. Enables me to kind of keep doing this stuff. And now that I've got the layout set up again, I'm definitely gonna, I'm gonna get these modules, move forward on them. I'm gonna keep getting some more DCC stuff set up so that I can test them. And yeah, so we keep going. But yeah, thanks for all the support. I'm putting the link for the sub Roy got into chat. The link I put is an affiliate link, so it also supports the channel. It's on sale for $53.19 right now. I may have to figure out a way to add that to the budget. It's hard because I want to buy shelves and brackets, but that's like, $200. I want to buy lavaliers, that's $300. Getting this sub in here would be kind of cool to get the Rolling Thunder stuff working, but that's $60. So it's all money. I gotta space it out and not.
Budget? I don't need.
Yeah, I just gotta budget it out. But yeah, this looks pretty good. This monoprice one. Yeah, it's got a line in and a high level in. That's pretty good. You've put it on your wish list. Yeah, I've got. If people don't know, I've got a list of stuff. This is the Human City channel support. If you go to amazon.humancity.org, you can see this list of things, and these are kind of the things I'm trying to get to. In most cases, they're the bigger items that I'm looking to get. So, like the money that people give in super chats and stuff, when I get up to a certain amount of money, I kind of go through this list and say, like, okay, like I'm trying to, for example, this little Bluetooth adapter here is for these headphones. It basically converts these into Bluetooth, so I'm not attached by a wire. There's a vacuum there. There's rags. Here's the lavaliers I'm trying to get. Stream Deck. Some lighting. I'm trying to replace these soft boxes, these big lights, with some smaller lights, just to kind of help there. This jib here is for this contraption. I think I've shown this before. The goal is to be able to use this setup for both a camera here, as well as then just be able to swing it over and use a camera over there. So yeah, there's that list as well. I've heard the BLI Rolling Thunder only works with one local at a time, whichever is closest to the receiver. I think that's true. I'm not sure. Yeah, so the sub is for the Rolling Thunder unit. This is the Rolling Thunder receiver. It because N scale is so small, you can't get good bass sounds out of your N scale locomotives. So what BLI decided to do, I think BLI decided, I don't know, maybe somebody else did it first, is to offload the bass speakers. Really, Roy? Oh, I really appreciate that. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, there is always more stuff to buy. But, I've got all these BLI locomotives over there. And, it's pretty awesome because it offloads the bass sound so that, everything kind of then sounds better. So it's really good. But you can get these refurbished, and yeah, I wouldn't buy their sub either. I would get that monoprice sub's a great deal. There's a Polk, Polk sub that was like $99 that I was looking at, but the monoprice one, monoprice makes really good stuff. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, now that the layout is more permanent, I mean, as permanent as T-Trak modules are. I don't know if you noticed, Steve. Both are still running.
I see that.
I haven't had to touch them.
So
if I was running, I chose those microtrains locomotives because I know they're rock solid. I intentionally did not choose my BLI locomotives.
What cleaner do you use?
The CRC 226.
Yep.
Get that help with that little connectivity. Yes, I am very limited in its space. Just so people know what the plan is, here's kind of the bigger plan with the space. Now that I've got the T-Trak set up, the goal is basically to get to modeling. and to start being able to record what I'm modeling. So most of the stuff that I'm looking for right now are things to make the space more conducive for doing more modeling. So for example, getting more shelves will get some of this stuff up out of the way, and it'll give me more lower shelf space for things that'll help with the modeling. I want to get a lavalier so that I can turn around and be working on stuff. I want to get this set up a little bit better. I can use this, like, I don't need that jib right away because I can use this, right? Like, this will work just fine for now.
So Roy says that in your size room, it's just going to probably be a constant. All right. In the larger room, it does fade and gets stronger and softer as it approaches and gets further away from.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, in this size room, I'm not worried about it. And I'll put the sub back in that corner there, so it'll just sort of like resonate off the corner.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it'd be that way here.
And
too.
Martin, I would say O scale and G scale trains are significantly better at the base, but yeah, I mean they're still trains.
Yeah, because they have bigger speakers.
Where does a house fit on my list? I already have a house. So I don't have a house. I have an apartment. I have an apartment that's worth more than a lot of houses just because of the location of it. But yeah, I mean, this is, as far as like a chainsaw layout goes, like the amount I'm going to be able to learn on this, there's going to be a crossing gate. I have T-Trak. No, I got it from T-Trak, but it's a New Jersey International crossing gate, and I'm going to put that here. And I've got a Digikai's 4024, which is their servo motor kit. So I'm going to get that controlled with DCC. And because everything is on block detection, what I'm going to be able to do is once a train enters either of the modules on either side, it'll trigger the crossing gate to close. And also I'm going to have, I have a 4018, a DR4018, and I'm going to use that to control some LED lights. I've also got an LSC2, which is another LED controller, and I want to compare. I wouldn't, I want to compare sort of the different DCC lighting controllers. I have a DR4050 LED lighting kit. I'm going to run the LEDs under this shelf here, and the DR4050 is going to give me some like day to night lighting scene changes. What was somebody asking? Did you get or do you have a ladder? Yes, I have. I got this fold up ladder. You can so this box right here that you can kind of make out is sitting on top of the ladder, and you can kind of see the ladder. The ladder's under there. So what does a chainsaw layout mean? A chainsaw layout basically means that you plan to build it with the intention of taking a chainsaw to it and tearing it apart. So, yes. Yes, Manhattan is super expensive, and in my industry, it's where the work is. I mean, if you want to work on Broadway, you have to live at least in the New York area. And even once you get an hour outside of the city, it's still almost just as expensive as living in the city. So, yeah. So that's why I'm here. With this layouts, now can you still use the ladder? I can. If you want, I could give a demonstration of me setting up the ladder. It's a little bit of a Mark from Memory Rails calls those gasoline fire layouts. That works too. So yes, this space here is enough space to be able to set the ladder up. So what I have to do is I take this guy, and this guy goes in the hole over here, so that I can then set up the ladder. Then I fold the ladder up and lean it against this wall here, and then I take this and I move it back over to this side, and then I open the ladder up in this space so that I can climb up to get to the top. And if I can get into these three corners without much issue. The hardest corner to get into is this corner over here.
Where you have the
Basically,
little
once I set the ladder up in this corner, I just take the layout and I'm probably not gonna be able to do this without knocking the trains off. But oh, there we go, baby. Basically, it's on wheels. There is stuff underneath it that's kind of hampering it from free moving, but it slides over back and forth. Once a couple of these things will move. Some of the stuff under here, I just didn't know where to put it, so it's under here for now because I wanted to get this set up. But this table slides over; it's on wheels, so I can then get the ladder in that corner. So I can reach every corner of this layout all the way up to the ceiling in this room. So back when Giant made the foldable ladders, that's what this ladder basically is. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Little Giant makes those type of ladders anymore. That's if you're in finance, living in New York City is great. People don't go to Buffalo so much. People go to, I don't know if you were here earlier, but like I may go to Chicago for 3 weeks to, do a Broadway show prep because they prep them out of the city. People shoot in Vancouver. People shoot, in other cities all over just because it is a little cheaper. But yeah, I mean, Lynn says, we trust you, don't get the ladder out. I didn't see that. Yeah, so I've got things set up pretty well. Here, let me, just for fun, expected delivery Friday, August 13th by 9 p.m. Is that hold on. If you were here earlier, you heard my rant about my package. Nope, it's not that one. Oh, expected delivery Friday. My track may come by tonight. So I ordered track for up here. What? I'm dreaming. I ordered track for up here so that it for the O scale side of it. Echo, set ceiling light to white. I need to finish off this O scale track. I don't have the track. Some of it's coming tonight, but then I have but I bet you like I need some like smaller ones. I'll probably need like a 2-inch piece or whatever. So my plan is to go to the train show tomorrow in Edison, New Jersey to get the missing pieces that I needed. But I don't know what pieces I would need at the train show until Tim, they're building studios everywhere right now. Atlanta is huge right now for that. Yep, and Cleveland, it's pretty wild. Am I going to place a camera on each level? I don't know. I've got that camera up there right now. I've got this camera right here, which will kind of move around a little bit as well. Before I got distracted by my package, I was going to do this. And I'm not going to get out the gimbal, so I apologize, but let's see. You should still be able to hear me, I hope, but I shouldn't be echoing. So the computer stuff. So I organized all this. I got everything kind of P-touched for the most part. These 5 right here, I don't really have P-touched yet, but they're kind of miscellaneous stuff. But a lot of that's P-touched, and then I've got the ones down here P-touched. And then I've got Thanks, Ian. See you next time. I've got down here are all the kind of some of the bigger stuff, and I've got all these drawers labeled, but they're not in like a good order right now. Like if you see, like it says airbrush 1 there, and then airbrush 2 is over here. So it's like I've got, they're just not, they're not in any good order. And there's the control system. Oh, I don't think I showed this to people. This was my NMRBO layout, and Lynn McCurdy and the the High Desert Module Club sent me some train cars to put on it. So we got some New York Central and some Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo, I think it is, cars. So the layout is now decked out with cars. This is the layout that kind of started this second generation of stuff. We did it for Christmas. So we got a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree that sat in that hole. And that's, if you go and look at my very first video that I put up, it's of that. Now you can probably get a better look too. You can see maybe that. There's my little plexi piece on the little extension there. And for those of you that hadn't seen it before, it's basically, this is the N scale stuff here with the Z scale stuff sort of stuck in the middle. The O scale stuff is obviously the Lionel up there. And then over here, there's some K-Line and some Rail King stuff. And then over on this side, this is all the HO scale circus stuff is here. This here is all my HO Athens stuff. This is all more HO stuff. And then this bottom shelf are projects. So like the Digikai's DR4050, some kits to put together. I want to get into craftsman kits. So I've got that, the stains for that. I got a Logic Rail fast clock. These are for me to do inventory. So the idea is that I will make sure that all of this is in a spreadsheet, and once it's in the spreadsheet, I will put a little red dot on it to know that it's been put into the spreadsheet. So there's the hard hat, if people are wondering. It's just sort of hiding out over there. But yeah, so it's coming along. It's coming along. There's definitely still more to do, but yeah, that's the story. And it's 1:06, so it looks like, Steve, are you still around? I don't know if you want to tell people what you're up to these days, and if people want to post in the chat anything they got going on. It's looking more and more likely I will be at the Edison Train Show tomorrow. Modeling Monday for me will be at 9:30 p.m. I'm starting to work next week, so that's going to be at 9:30 p.m. I think next Friday is going to be canceled because of work, but then I should be able to do it the week after that. Things are coming up. The dog is hanging out upstairs today. Just because I was kind of going to be moving around a lot, I thought I'd leave her out. Yep, inventory dots. Yes. Just to know that I've caught them or put them in. But Steve, what do you have going on with your life, your channel?
I bit the bullet, and I think last week I mentioned getting the staging yard up and running, and now I've gone ahead and gotten the rest of the island operational. It's not fully functional, but it's operational. And the pull-out section here I should have operational by the end of the weekend. And the only thing I'll be missing will be the switch motors, the Smales. I need 14 more of those. So
14 more.
yeah.
I am trying to figure out where to put a camera. Not the most exciting view, but yeah, I would love to get some switch motors going. I've got this DK 5018 that I'm going to use for the Z scale stuff, but nothing else I have has any switches. So yeah. Rayron says plenty of Rolling Road videos for me, for you or from you. If it ever processes, I have a video coming later today. It's been stuck at 95% for a few hours. James, you should probably just cancel it and start over again. Heath, I apologize if I already explained it, but how do you add a trailer to this live stream? Okay, let's. Sorry, Steve. Did you have anything else or?
Well, that was good.
Okay, let me show. Let me show Mark how you add a trailer to a live stream. The first trick, of course, is that I have to remember. Boulder Creek Hard, Heath is using up all the bandwidth right now. Yeah. I hope that I can start making videos from Sunday off. Oh, yeah, James says he just started uploading again. David, you're late. Diesel Day tomorrow at the B&O in Baltimore. Monday Run Day. You're at $4.99, Nick's. If people don't know, Nick from Nick's Crossing streams on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. He's got an O-scale layout. I believe it's 12 feet long by like 4 feet deep. It's got two different layouts on it, or two different levels on it. He's got some good knowledge of O-scale, and he has a good time on his streams. So let's see if we can get him up over 500, because that would be really awesome. Okay, so M&M Rails. Let's do share screen, and of course it seems to be stuck. Why is it stuck? Oh, there we go. So what you do is you go into YouTube Studio and you click on this little detail button, and then you scroll all the way down to the bottom. Maybe it's not there. Maybe it's here. There it is. It's under the new tab, so they moved stuff to this new section called customization. So you go, it's right below the details, you go to customization, and you can do a redirect, meaning like when I would end this stream, I could redirect you to... Sorry, this is funny. So we almost got to 500. It's $4.99.99. So you can redirect somebody. So like when this broadcast ends, if people were just sort of hanging out, then it would redirect you to a new video. But the trailer is just set up down here at the bottom. And it says, trailers are a great way to share a sneak peek and get viewers excited. Add a 15-second to 3-minute upload for people to watch until your content begins. So I just added, I added one of my my shorts. Looks like Donegal Dad is 3 away from 900.
Wow.
So let's see if we can't get him to 900 as well. It looks like Alan subscribed to Nick and got him above 500. And yeah, if we can get Mark up to 900, he just needs 3. Donegal Dad, he's called Donegal Dad because I don't know if this is 100% why he's called Donegal Dad, but he works out of the Donegal Railroad Museum, I think it's called, in Ireland. And he sets up the trains and stuff, does the modeling for that. So he's got a lot of modeling stuff for his museum on his channel. He also does a bunch of live streams where sometimes he'll just walk walk around the museum, which is really neat because they've got a lot of cool things in the museum. Hi says Nick's Crossing is now at 501. Yeah, so James, I think the only requirement is I think you have to be over 1,000 subscribers. I do not believe you need to be monetized though. I think it's just over 1,000. I believe it's you. You may need to be a part of the partner program. I actually don't know. Nick from Nick says thank you so much. I'm so happy. I don't, this is exciting to me. This getting this room set up and getting trains running. It's been an interesting journey. This kind of time off, this time without work, and kind of having this set up at this point and being able to go to work next week, having kind of accomplished this has been pretty awesome. So on that note, I've got trains running and I am going to sign off for the day, and I'll see people later. I know Anthony Dodge is at 3:30. A bunch of different things going on at night. And have a good weekend, and maybe I'll see you guys at the Edison Train Show. And have a great rest of the Friday and a good weekend.
See y'all later.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.